everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2. And here we are outside the lighthouse here in Hasongo. We're about to find out what Eothas has done to the Adra pillar here. We got a sneaking suspicion, we know. Oh. The lighthouse is quiet, but for soft, sibilant whispers. There's a repetitive, incantatory quality to them. Yet as you cross the threshold, an old nagger with skin like cracked leather breaks off. He swivels to face you, bearing one broken fang.
The sea-striped fiends send you to uproot the tree of the gods, yes? Their blasphemy knows no bounds.
Give the order, Captain. Or just nod. I'm not picky.
Just hang on, Maya, hang on. His head twitches in her direction, his tongue flickering.
So, the fiends corrupt even the sand-striped ones. Now I taste their stench on her. If you join them in befouling the Adra, then you will join them in death too.
They died honourably. Show some respect.
They have received their due, as will all who plunder and profane the treasure of the gods. Go! Carry a warning of what you have seen to the other shufflers.
Warning? What warning do you expect me to deliver?
That shufflers must not disturb these roots, or the gods will destroy the islands again.
Again? You're saying the gods have brought ruin on the Deadfire before? He bears his broken fang in surprise.
Do your stories say nothing of the many disasters? Of the shuffler nests washed away like foam? Many generations ago, the sand-striped ones built great hives across the islands, and bastions around the Adra roots.
Go on.
Their meddling displeased the gods, so the gods smashed their works with heaving volcanoes and crashing waves.
And how exactly do you know this?
Our ancestors hid deep where the waters quenched the fires and muffled the storms. They remembered while shufflers scattered. Now, the shufflers build again.
Bloody hell, what was that? Oh, he thumps his tail on the floor. It's him.
The gods see. They will tear them all down.
Well, seeing as they're all about talking about the gods, I think the way to get them on side, Fedoran is thinking, is to just mention that we are, in fact, here, you know, on the orders of Berath, one of the gods. I am simply doing her will.
The shuffler's tongue is thick with blasphemy. Kill him now, Suka.
His tail whips on the ground as he considers you.
If your fat tongue speaks true, then give us proof.
Proof? And what exactly would you consider proof?
I tell you, thick tongues lie. Forked tongues do not. If what you say is true, then surely you can speak with the dead.
Well, yes, it has been known.
I will believe your words, only if I hear them from the tongue of my own people.
Just give me a moment, Fedoran's saying, and he's sort of preparing himself for the flourish and a bit of, melodrama, just to add to the flair of it all. And you hear this, Sugan? As he tries to commune with Eothas. Her bright wispy form appears, and the other Naga pull themselves into tight, fearful knots. Only Sugan cranes himself forward, his head cocked.
Sugan, I found the way.
Eothas? You died. We saw.
The way became dark, but this one brought light.
She turns to you briefly, but Sugan's mouth is rigid in a broken fanged grimace.
We will kill the shuffler and free your soul, Eothas.
No. Just listen to what she has to say. Eothas turns to Sugan, hissing angrily.
Do old scales cloud your eyes? The shuffler glows like the Godwalker, like the way.
She looks toward the dull Adra vein. Sugan and the others follow her gaze.
He will open the way.
As the last of Eothas' essence fades back into the in-between, Sugan regards the Adra vein, calculating flickering in his eyes. At last he turns his guarded gaze on you.
The gods give you power, yes. But is it enough? Approach. Restore the blessing of the gods to the Adra.
Thank you kindly. Now, don't worry, team. I have this under complete control. Just, wait here.
Yeah, sure.
Excuse me. Right.
As your hand touches the dim Adra, you feel the same cool, pricking sensation that you did when you touched the pillar near Port Mage. You concentrate on the pillar. The world around you swiftly falls away, leaving only the vast emptiness of the in-between. The Adra, and a multitude of golden threads undulating off into the distance. For a second time, you gather the threads in your mind and bind them together, forming a solid tether that ripples out toward its distant anchor. Again, a crack sounds from the terminus. Your consciousness is violently pulled along the cord. You are prepared for the sensation this time, but are still disoriented when you come to a sudden stop. You find yourself standing behind a familiar Titanic statue as it trudges through invisible waters. Standing at Eothas' shoulder, your soul is dwarfed by the massive god's form. Energy pulses along the tether, each wave feeding the Adra's movements. He stops. His head cranes behind him, again accompanied by the sound of stone shearing and buckling. His eyes rest upon you. He does not reach for the cord, but considers you for a long span of silence before speaking.
Your first attempt to contact me was brave. This second attempt, is it born out of desperation or something else? Why do you continue to follow me, Watcher of Cadnua?
You just dropped my castle, you jackass! It's true. Don't think Fedoran would add this on the end of it, but... What are you doing?
Many Kith would like to know the gods' designs. Why is it so important to you?
Yes, well, the last time you appeared, it heralded the death of thousands.
At first, he does not respond, but there is a wavering from the light within him. A momentary dimming that allows you to see the souls within the Adra clearly.
I never sought violence or death, but Margren and the Hand Occult have ensured that the world believes the madman Widewin tried to destroy the Dear Wood and everyone in it. In truth, A war was what I desired, but not one of violence. I sought a war of conscience. If people saw that the ruins so faithfully guarded by the Glanfathans were nothing more than machines, machines the Angwithans had used to turn themselves into gods, what could that mean?
Eothas becomes silent. You can sense his presence advancing back along the cord between you. His energy flows over your hand, tendrils of light probing into the air around you. They poke and prod at the silent lost souls hovering in your vicinity.
You are in a unique position. In spite of the work of the Leaden Key and Hand Occult, you have seen through our facade. You know the God's true nature. Without the benefit of your knowledge, few mortals would be willing to accept the true history of their gods. After all, we weren't. The last time I walked Eora, I made a mistake in not revealing my true purpose. I believe you would understand it better than most.
Fedoran simply nodding, hoping to hear what the hell is going on.
Yes, I will tell you, but this is not the time.
What?
As I take this body farther from the lighthouse, the tether grows weaker, and I have already tarried too long. Soon this link will unravel completely. If I have not reached my destination when that happens, I will need to pull more souls from your world.
Destination? Where are you going? Perhaps I can meet you there.
The edges of Eothas' massive form blur and dissolve. The huge figure retreats from you. As it moves, the tether begins to rapidly unravel. As Eothas speaks, his voice sounds garbled, fragmented, and distant.
If you would know more, find me at the Ashen Maw in Margren's Teeth. I must rest there before I begin my final work. When I leave that place, you will not be able to follow.
Oh.
Before I go, I should return some of this to you. I still have need of the great power of your soul, but I can spare you this portion.
Oh, still needs some of it, but he's given us a piece of it back. How flipping kind of him.
A pulse of energy moves back along the golden cord toward you. It feels familiar, comforting, even before it contacts you. The energy washes over you, flooding you with feelings and memories you had thought long forgotten until they settle back into the cracks of your soul. And then the tether and cord snap, Eothas' figure evaporating into dust that mingles with the endless gray expanse. Heat rushes over you, and the uncomfortable sensation of the Audra Pillar's presence cuts off. The gloom of the in-between is pierced by the light of the living world. You are back in the lighthouse, no longer dim. The luminous Audra beside you is filled with warmth and light.
Oh, nice. The Nagas stare at the glowing Adra, their diamond pupils wide. Sugan turns his gaze to you, his body in a cautious half-coil.
Long have we kept peace with the sand-striped people. But then, the foreign ones came and spread, killed our people, built their hives everywhere.
Your type weren't exactly accommodating.
We were sure the Godwalker came to cast them out, that driving them away was a holy mission.
Slaughter is never a holy mission.
You have never fought to defend something. Very fortunate. Or cowardly.
I think you'll find I have.
We must go. I know not what this means, but our brethren should hear of it.
Not an option, Snake. Bet you were keeping count of how many good soldiers you fanged.
I'm afraid there's been too much death here already. There shall be no more here today.
Captain?
Vengeance won't save the ones you lost. Let it go. Gritting her teeth, Maya secures her weapon and stands down, her fists balled at her sides.
You show us something new today, Shuffler. Thank you for this. And for your mercy.
Ooh. It gives us the Strand of Favour, which gives us +1 to intellect. Beneficial effect duration and less hostile effect duration. Oh, very nice. Thank you kindly. Whatever you do, take care. Ah, well there you go. Got a few issues to sort out. I don't think Maya's going to be very happy, but hey ho, she won't be coming with us on many more adventures after this, so she'll have to like it or lump it, I'm afraid.
Captain, a word?
Yes, Maya?
What, did Ishi defecate in your favorite helmet or something?
Excuse me?
You've spoken to Eothas, which means you know what we're up against. If the fleet sailed up to him and fired every cannon at once, I imagine we'd have a fighting chance at taking a chip off his kneecap. There's no stopping him, is there?
Who says we need to stop him?
If that's a joke, it's a poor one.
She sighs away some of her tension, rolling her shoulders and cracking her neck.
I suppose there's a certain appeal to recognizing the inevitable. We don't have to waste our breath trying to stop it.
Care to elaborate?
It reminds me of the first time I shot to kill.
Oh, really? Well, why don't you enlighten me about that, incident?
There he stood, a pirate captain barking orders from the forecastle. Out of everyone's range but mine. The wind toyed with us. I took aim, never thinking I'd make the shot, but then I felt this awareness, like someone out there was aiming me. A cannon blast took me by surprise. I squeezed off a shot, expecting it to fly wide, but the bullet took my target between his eyes. I don't know if Bareth kicked open a door or the Sky Mother held my hand, but that man was meant to die. I've got that same feeling now. Better or worse, I know that Eothas is meant to succeed.
Well, time will tell if Eothas getting what he wants is good for the rest of us. I'm not sure myself, but time will tell.
Hope I didn't take the wind out of your sail. Whether or not we can change anything, at least we can say we were there. That's more than most people get.
Yes, let's be off. Let's be having you. Right. And there's another quest that we are yet to finish while we're here, and it's a dares. We haven't come across any trace
No problem.
of a larva. And there's only one more area to explore on this fortress, which is up here. Can she be up here? No.
I'll see it done.
Look at that. How cool is that? So where would she be then? I've been everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. I believe. there's no sign of her. Very strange. Can we speak with Adair?
Hey. Hey, look who it is.
No. Right, but we're just going to have to probably have one last sweep of the air. What we'll do actually first is we'll go back to the engineer, see if we can tell him about the fact that we fired his big cannonball thing. Then we'll go back to the people that were holed up when we first stumbled here. Oh, hang on.
Don't let the door hit your scaly behinds on the way out.
There's no need to be rude. We've made our peace with these people.
You were gabbing with my god again, weren't you?
When the captain goes all starry-eyed like that, the crew starts to ask questions.
If you got something to tell us...
Keeping it short and to the point. Eothas is heading to a place called Magran's Teeth.
If his goal is to bathe his nethers in molten rock, I'm in no hurry to stop him. You're looking upright, Captain, but something in your eyes tells me different.
I'm doing fine, really. There's no need to worry about me. Maya looks unconvinced.
It feels like we're getting closer. I just don't know to what.
Well, Adair, I have no doubts we shall find out very soon. That's if we actually head to Magran's Teeth any time soon, because we've got a couple of things we might want to do first. First of all, we're going to just take a quick look on our little mappy, our journal here. Trade secrets, Undercroft. Dario wants us to go underneath to the old city to bring back a painting. So yeah, going down and clearing the entire ancient city now, or however many levels there are, that seems like a good opportunity, a good prospect. Quite interested in that. But I'm also quite interested in heading out to speak with not Eothas just yet, but Ferranti. He's summoned me to Dunwich, and the Valian Trading Company also wants us to go to speak with him, but that one's a little bit level above us, so but we are levelling up very shortly, so we're going to be kind of ready for that very soon. But we do have a quest to hand in, a bounty. I'm not doing them for now. There's also Palagina's quest at Dunwich. So there's 3 quests at Dunwich. I'm not bothered about hers couriering for now. Yeah, we need to find her as well here. We are now ready to do the hanging sepulchres against the risen skeletons that we found there. Crookspur Island. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut away, and hopefully I'll have some good news when you see me again. Right, so we're back where we started, and it looks like some of the people have actually left their little hidey hole. Let's start talking with them again.
Look at our beacon. Even the Colossus couldn't destroy it. And those snakes aren't so tough now, are they?
Well, you've underestimated things once. Try not to do it again.
Of course. We'll rebuild bigger and better, with reinforced walls and extra cannons. Our engineers will make this place truly impregnable.
She finally turns to you.
The Hamzanui will want to thank you personally for your help here. And she should also know what we're up against.
And where can I find the Hazanui?
She's usually at the Brass Citadel in Nekataka.
Oh.
Though she gets called to the palace often, haggling with the Queen and the Valians.
Thank you.
Clear skies.
Well, that's not what we were hoping for. Let's just check in here. Otherwise, after this, if she's not here or there's no trace of her here, we could be in trouble. Okay, we're in trouble. Where the hell is she? Oh, wait a minute. We got some more random people. Do they have answers?
Light of Eothas be upon you, neighbor. Are you looking for survivors?
Ah, yes, actually. My friend is looking for someone we were told that might live around here.
Short lady, about my age. Came from Deerwood with her son. Let's see. Freckles, braids, usually. Punches you in the arm if she likes you. Face if not. Oh, and that's if you're lucky.
No, that doesn't sound like anyone.
Are you sure, son, about your age? It's certain?
You gotta be her son. Got her nose and her freckles. You don't have to lie to me, kid. I'm a friend of your mother's. She hiding from someone? Maybe an ex-lover who gave her the best night of her life?
No, we are protecting her, we understand, but it's true, we mean her no harm. I have brought light back to this place. Drove out the Naga. We mean you no harm, really.
No, I misspoke.
Forget it. Just tell me something. Your father, you know him?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Like friends of your mother's, like he said.
Right, friends of Eothas. Yes, I knew my father when I was very young. He was a man of strong faith.
Have to be. You get a lava mad, you need a god on your side for protection.
He was lost to us during the purges, which was how we came to flee here.
So you met him?
He nods slowly.
Well, that's great. You had a dad.
A moment passes with Adair staring at Bjorn with a strange undulating grimace drawn back across his face. He clears his throat.
Where's your mother now? Got a lot of catching up to do.
My mother is with Eothas.
She's in church. think it means she's dead. Do you mean what I think you mean?
She passed the veil a few years ago.
Oh.
A flu.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Adair's jaw slackens.
It's possible her soul has taken a new body by now. But if she was truly blessed, she marches instead beside the shining god.
Adair's face has gone scarlet beneath his farmer's tan. His nostrils pulsate with each heavy breath.
You lied to us. Said you didn't know her. Expect me to believe this now?
Oh, Adair, please, just be calm, just be calm. It does look like he might be alone here. There could be some semblance of truth to what he says.
Well, he hides his grief pretty well, doesn't he?
Adair stares the boy down and turns away with a grunt and a not worth it gesture.
I'm not lying. She's buried on the other side of that hill.
How could she be gone?
Don't be troubled by her passing. All souls that march with Eothas receive his warmth and light.
March with Eothas?
Eothas has come to us twice now. Even Oblivion couldn't slow his march. We shouldn't have opposed his first coming. He meant to rally us under his banner.
I know a lot of Dead Deer Woodens who will be relieved to hear that.
We were simply victims of a quarrel of gods.
And seeing what we've seen, it's hard to believe they got our best interests at heart.
And seeing what I've seen, which is a darn sight more than what you've seen, I wholeheartedly agree with you on that one.
Eothas forced everyone to declare themselves as ally or enemy, nothing more. Now he marches again, and we have a chance to correct our mistake.
Well, that's charitable.
I would like to have joined him when he passed this way, but I was weak. It won't happen again.
You seem confident in a god who's causing a lot of destruction.
You can't build on broken foundations. Real change needs destruction. I trust my God knows better than I do. He knows truths I'll never learn.
And got that right.
I was once lost. I struggled as you do now. But the partisans of the lighted path have restored my faith in Eothas. What greater honor than to march in his vanguard?
Who are the partisans of the lighted path?
We began as children of the Dawnstars, separated from each other as we questioned our purpose. But then Eothas granted a vision to Gadarian Bosch. Bosch saw an illuminated path lighten the way through a black abyss. And he saw Eothas marching on the path, and Eothas bade him to march alongside.
Not quite how I've been seeing it, but everyone's open to their own interpretations.
Good job Palagina's not here. She'd be loving this conversation, wouldn't she?
And the Shining God told Gadarian Bosch to gather an army of the god's truest followers, and to prepare to lead it into battle.
You'd think after getting blown up, he'd slow down on the battling.
Right. You don't happen to know who he intends to battle, do you?
We don't know. The end of the path hasn't been revealed to Gadarian Bosch yet.
How convenient.
But to the faithful, shouldn't matter.
Yeah, so we're not going to question his beliefs and faith, and we have no intentions of getting into that, but out of interest, why did you lie to us about knowing Eothas?
Gadarian Bosch warned us. Those outside the partisans may ridicule us and test our faith, especially our old families and others close to them. We've learned it's best to keep to ourselves and those with open minds, which relations and friends mostly aren't.
Well, Adair, do you have everything you need here? As if you have, then I think we're done. Adair takes a deep breath. He looks around, then at Björn. He nods, tight-lipped.
We can go.
We can talk about this later. Thank you, Björn, for the information. We're going now.
Hey, kid. What was your name again?
Bairn.
Ben.
Right. This lighted path fellow, Bosch. Sounds interesting.
Fedoran turning his head and looking at Adair, as if to say, where's this going?
There's some way I can meet him?
Oh, okay.
He's usually on the move, rallying followers. But the partisans of the lighted path often gather in the temple of Eothas in Neketaka. I seem to go there myself, in fact.
As are we. We have a couple of odds and ends to tie up in Nekataka.
There's an adherent there, Ogna, who initiates new partisans. No doubt she'd be pleased to help you. Eothas needs able soldiers, even in their elder years.
I think he's just called you an old man, Adair. Fedoran chuckling and chortling.
You should consider what Ogna has to say. It might speak to you. Farewell.
I believe he just called you an old man. Dear. Right, come on, team. Back on board the Lord Fedoran, and then back to Nekataka. I don't know what it is about that place, but the wild mare is always calling me. Okay. Why is there a rather large fleet of Royal Deadfire Company ships surrounding us? This is not good, is it? Away, away, Ashen Moor. Look at that! They're like penned in. Crookspurs there. There's Sayuka. There's Dunnage. So we'll kind of go down this way. Check out this little area here that we haven't uncovered yet. And then finish up in Nekataka to get our bounty and then head to the Wellmare, where we will reshuffle the party in preparation for our jaunt into the old city. Right, that's if we get out of here alive. Okay, this is a scripted encounter. There was no escaping that. Asongo is a mound of wreckage on the horizon when you see a dozen junks sailing toward you. Even in its distance, you can tell they are making good speed. One of the ships pulls up alongside yours. A well-dressed Almao man approaches the edge of the deck. You recognise Astura, the Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company. Ah, it is you. Time of you to show up, boss. I was just scribbling down my daily report, says Maya as she folds her arms and nods across the gap. I'm afraid it will have to wait until I return to the Brass Citadel. He nods at Maya. It's good to see you again. I see you continue to leave your mark. He is gazing toward Hasonga with a peculiar smile. The Adra beacon, visible even here, shines brightly. Nekataka is abuzz with praise for your deeds as well. Pleasure to see you again. If we weren't quite so surrounded by a whole host of his fleet, we wouldn't be quite so pleasurable and kind. But hey-ho, we don't wish to open ourselves up to a problem here. Your manners do you much credit. I want to extend the thanks of the Royal Deadfire Company for what you've done here. He raises one hand toward the Adra beacon. You've restored a valuable asset, whether or not that was your intention. He gives you a quick sly smile. The others at the palace will want to hear of this, no doubt, and you may as well take credit while the deed is fresh. Is this a time-bound quest? I don't know. It didn't seem like he wanted us to go there quite quickly, but not the right level, so I can't see it being time-bound. We'll just remain quiet. We certainly don't want to disclose to the Royal Deadfire Company exactly what's going on, although we have already told Maya, to be fair. Clear skies, Captain Fedoran, says the stirrer as he nods at his crew to make sail once again. Phew, God. Fedoran breathing a rather large sigh of relief. Right, let's go for a little bit of a sail before we plot ourselves back up at Nekataka. Go grab some supplies. Fresh fruit. Okay, here we go. And we search the village, and we find coral snuff, and we search again. Is that it? Just make sure that our injured crew are in the appropriate spots where they can heal. I think they are. Don't want them dying on us, you know. Can't afford to be in combat now, given our injuries. We just have to be careful. A colourful parrot alights on the railing of your ship. A missive bound to its leg bears the sigil of the Kahanga tribe. Oh. Queen Onikaza's missive. Captain Fedoran, it will be my honour to host the saviour of Hasongo at the Kahanga Palace. Nekataka is a city for Hawana and outsiders alike, and there is no shortage of work for kith who are determined to be as useful as you. Should you have the stamina for a good climb, the palace atop Serpent's Crown could be your second home. Think on it. Ah. I see. Is that a formal invitation to join her little faction? Derelict Valian ship. Beardle points at the ship in the distance. Galleon, Captain! A three-master, or it was. Naught remains of the ship's foremast save a splintered stump, and the bowsprit has been sheared off. See how they crippled her? That's the work of pirates. Principe more likely, and probably upstarts if they're raiding this close to Valian patrol routes. Tuliak Longfrost leans in close. They've not taken any gold, but they might have supplies left. Let's use a spyglass. Fedoran taking it out from under his robes, giving it a bit of a dramatic shake. Take my slippers off, and then puts it to his eye. Just a Valian Trading Company flag. Yeah, let's pull up alongside. Check for salvage. And any survivors, more importantly. Fresh water, dried rice, course meal. Okay. I reckon the spyglass would have showed us anything untoward there, if there was like a trap or something waiting for us. Possibly. Uh-oh.
You blink and find yourself standing in the knee-high grass of an endless field, with the day just falling into dusk.
Oh god, what the hell's happening now? Just want to go to the flippin' wild mare!
Then, the earth falls away. The wind ceases, and you are sent tumbling up into the dark of the sky.
Oh god.
Watcher.
Oh.
The voice of the Pallid Knight shakes the earth at your feet. You have returned to Bareth's realm. Your soul once more called to attend the wishes of the God of Death.
Fedoran remaining silent. He's got the sneaking suspicion. I say sneaking suspicion. Speaks. It's experience at this point that it's very prudent to say very little to these gods.
Once again, you have spoken with the Child of Light.
No.
Tell me what you have learned.
Say nothing. Although you should speak rather when spoken to. Well, we do have a chime in us. We don't want to anger her. I feel like, make her feel like we're not doing what she's asked. She could kill us at the drop of her hat, click of her finger. He makes for Magran's teeth.
Intriguing.
The pallid knight stares past you, pensive.
While attend, tell me what your many eyes perceive.
Her words ring out, and a heavy silence descends. In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices.
Oh.
They speak all at once in languages both known and unknown to you. In the space beside Berith, an eye blinks open, followed fast by several more. They are round, keen eyes of Kith, the slit eyes of snakes, the small, dark marbles of birds, the bulbous lanterns of deep-sea fish.
Here we are.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step through a door. It is an Orlan, then a pale elf, an ocean human, a Naga, each of them eyeless. They are Wal.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages, and we do so love a riddle.
The figure wears an Amawa's grin, and the many voices beneath its own titter.
We see between the strings of the world, and Eothas is there, strumming them like a lute. His tongue is still, yet he sings of a coming joy. What tune he plays, we do not know. It is complex, ever-shifting. One moment vibrating in harmony, the next in discord.
A man strides through the door to Berith's realm. Behind him lope wolves with lolling tongues, and jungle cats whose long tails twitch with every step. Galawain, the changeling, arrives, and he brings with him the wild heart of Eora's untamed places. Fast on Galawain's heels, a small wave of seawater washes across the tiles. It pours off the edge of the platform and cascades down into the beyond. From out of the water rears a glowing lure, then the head of a gigantic fish. The round black eyes of Andra roll to meet yours.
Well, she's not much of a looker, is she?
Eothas is nothing if not resourceful. I admire his nerve.
In the changeling's voice, you hear the soft patter of rain on leaves and the rush of wind through treetops.
If his journey leads him back to us, he has proved himself worthy of return to the fold.
I don't think he's wishing to return to said fold, Fedoran thinking.
Eothas does not return to us. He returns to execute some grand plan. We must stop him.
Andra's voice rises like a tide, panic riding its crest. The doors lining the walls of Berith's realm slam open in unison. Warped pieces of ancient armor and the remnants of discarded weapons roar through the doorways. They meet in the center of the room, in a shower of sparks, and form the vague figure of a man. Finally, a blacksmith's sledge hurtles past your shoulder, and the figure snatches it from the air. A man made half of metal and half of ruined skin stands before you. The rounded metal of a well-worn shield makes up most of his skull, his right eye socket, and jaw. His mouth is pulled forever into a half-grimace.
If Eothas has something foolish planned, Perhaps we can turn him from that path and set him down a more productive one.
Eothas doesn't strike us as being a foolish god.
Abaddon's words crash and screech together, like long, still gears forced to movement for the first time in centuries.
You just gotta love the descriptions of these gods, haven't you? It's great.
Abaddon speaks with a child's naivety.
She's always speaking what we're thinking.
He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of his feet along my spine. I will send tsunamis to slow him if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
The water at your feet recedes. Lava oozes up through the shallow water, and a woman made from the guts of the earth emerges. She settles her characteristic broadsword on her shoulder and sighs a cloud of smoke and ash. Mogren returns.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Eora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks. I doubt fire and water will be enough to stop him. But I will bear down upon Eothas with all the heat and fury of the earth. If I must.
There must be another way to stop him. For finding his voice box. I think he's indeed thinking this. Perhaps he should just say it outright then. They probably don't care.
The death of thousands now could prevent the death of millions later.
But you don't know if you're going to save millions. You might kill thousands for nothing.
Dark, inky tears fall from Andra's eyes.
Sacrifices of the few protect the futures of the many. You cannot let your petty, mortal feelings blind you to the urgency of the dilemma Eothas has thrust upon us.
My petty old Fedoran spitting. It's very rare he loses his temper. My petty mortal feelings are the only reason your wrists don't chafe in Woodica's shackles.
You will mind upon whose ground you tread.
The Pallid Knight watches you with keen, predatory eyes.
Oh dear.
The deep, bellowing cry of an aurochs shakes the ground beneath your feet. The cry drones on and on, a moan without end. Wal's many eyes squeeze shut. Andra slips back beneath her waves. Mogren dissipates in a swirling cloud of steam. Galawain's beasts cower and whine. Only the Pallid Knight stands impassive.
My end comes to all things in time.
Rimagund. We meet again.
Should Eothas care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts.
What could Eothas possibly gain by destroying Eora? Makes no sense to me.
Eothas seeks a slate wiped clean. Freedom from the endless revolutions of Barath's wheel. The final emancipation of the countless stolen mortal lives the gods hoard within themselves.
The Child of Light will not choose the hour of my death.
Mogren tests the edge of her broadsword with a smoldering finger.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of fear his actions inspire.
The crack of thunder rends the air. The gods fall silent.
We can wait no longer to act. Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans.
I'll do my best.
Water begins to creep across the floor. It swells, runs swiftly, and catches at your ankles. You scrabble at the tiles, but it's no use. The current's pull drags you off the edge of Barath's realm, and into the fathomless beyond. You splash down in water so dark you can't see the bottom. Then, the water recedes, gone, like a dream upon waking. The hard wood of your cabin's floor presses against your spine. The gods are gone, but you remain.
And who's guessing that it's a dare that's there to bloody splash water at our face or something? Oh, no. We wake alone for a change. Right. Well, well, well. It doesn't change our plans, of course. Neck attacker. Apparently we can rest in the ship here. Should we wish to do so, although I don't know how to do that. Do we speak with the steward, maybe? Or maybe we can only rest in a bigger cabin?
Sure.
No? Not sure. Well, actually, Fedoran can just rest here, inside, if he wishes. But he doesn't. Well, it's fine. We shall head to Neck attacker. In fact, Adair's not even here. Oh, he is. Oh, strange. Strange indeed. Right. What am I flipping doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm bloody doing. Below decks. Right. Yes. Okay. We end the session here. In the next one, we shall start off in Neck attacker, where we will be ready and waiting to head into the old city. Until then, see you soon.